You don't need to quit your job to run a six-figure coaching business, but you do need to be doing the right activities. Look, if you're working 9 to 5 all day, right? You probably have about 2 hours per day to really give to your business outside of all the other things you have to do. So in this video, I'm going to teach you exactly how to run a $10,000 per month coaching business on LinkedIn, even if you have a full-time job, especially if you have a full-time job. So without any further ado, let's dive in. It is no secret that a 9 to 5 job burns you out. For some, it is even soul-sucking. However, you can't just get up and quit. You need a source of income to make sure that you can pay your bills, take care of your family. I get it. Trust me, I get it. I've been through this road. I know all about this. But there is a right way to do it. The right way to do it is to set up your coaching business on LinkedIn, get it to $10,000 per month, and then once you're at that level, then you can decide if you actually want to go and quit your job and then go full-time into your business, or if you just are happy making an extra 10K per month, you're doing that, working a couple extra hours a day after work. So either way, I'm going to show you how to do all of this right now in this video. So let's go into it. Okay, so come take a look at my screen over here. So let's break down the economics of getting your business to $10,000 per month. So you have your monthly goal of 10K, pretty straightforward. Now, the price of your services should be around the $5,000 mark, especially if you're selling coaching on LinkedIn. Again, you have to be selling high ticket. If you're thinking about selling per hour, I'm telling you right now, throw that idea in the garbage and never bring it back. People on LinkedIn buy high ticket services, especially when it comes to career coaching, business coaching, executive coaching, health coaching. They pay the big bucks, so make sure you have your offer set up that way. If you don't know how to do that, I have tons of other videos on this YouTube channel teaching you all that kind of stuff. Now, going back to this, if the price of your services is $5,000, well, then you're only going to need 2 clients monthly to hit your goal of 10K. 2 sales, $5,000 makes $10,000. Straightforward enough. Okay, but people are not just going to pay you 5K just like that. In order for them to actually make a purchasing decision from you, they're going to need to get on the phone with you to learn about how you can help them and what the cost of your services are. So that is what we call a sales call. Again, if you work in sales, you probably already know about this. Now, in this coaching space, an average close rate is 25%, meaning that 1 out of every 4 calls that you take should actually result in a $5,000 paying client. The reason being is because these clients are coming in warm. This is not some random cold outreach SaaS product or something like that. No. This is someone who has been following you, been engaging with you, someone who trusts you, so that when they do get on the phone with you, 25% chance they buy, right? Again, I have tons of other videos teaching you what kind of content to create, all that kind of stuff. Or if you just want to speed this up, just message me on LinkedIn. I'll show you what to do. Either way, in order for you to hit your goal, you're going to need to book 8 calls a month, right? 8 calls a month. You close 2 of them. Each one pays you $5,000. You're making $10,000 a month. Break that down even more simply. That's 2 calls per week, which is less than 1 call daily. So first of all, I want you to see this and understand what the gravity of this means is that if you book 2 qualified sales calls per week, just 2 per week, that's like 1 call on Monday and 1 call on Thursday, and that's it. If you do that every single week, you're going to book 8 calls in a month. You're going to close 2 clients. Each client's going to pay you $5,000. You're going to make $10,000 in cash, right? Do you see how this is very doable, how it's very feasible, especially if you're working in a full-time job? This is how you make it happen. Okay, now obviously in order for you to book the sales calls, you're going to need to do certain activities on LinkedIn to actually go out and get your buyers. Now there are 4 fundamentals of client acquisition on LinkedIn that if you do correctly, we'll book those sales calls, we'll bring the buyers, that will bring the cash so that you can have a successful coaching business. Now, the first one here is having a validated offer, meaning you need to actually be selling something that your buyers want, not something that you think is cool, something that they would actually pay money for. And I'll tell you what they'd pay money for. People in the coaching space pay for 3 things only and nothing else. They pay to learn how to make more money. They learn how to pay to improve their health, and they learn how to pay to improve their relationships. That's where people invest high ticket amounts. And this does not mean you need to just do business coaching. If you're helping someone get a promotion, you're helping them make more money. If you're helping someone lose 20 pounds, you're helping them with their health. If you're saving someone from divorce, you're helping relationships, right? So it doesn't have to be as direct, right, or linear. It can be broken down into different ways. Again, that's a whole lesson for another time, but just so you get the idea. Next thing here is you need an audience of buyers, right? You're not just going to get clients out of thin air. You need to actually cultivate an audience of buyers. But here's the caveat and the best part about all of this. You don't need millions of followers on LinkedIn. In fact, you need just a couple hundred and you can be making 10K per month. I'll show you one of my clients right now. So check this out. Okay, so come and meet Amy. So Amy Hendrickson is a book writing coach. So she helps professionals who want to publish their book, get their manuscript done, do all of that stuff. She coaches them through the entire process. Now, when Amy signed up with me, she had less than 1,000 followers. I think at the time she had like 500 followers and she was making 10K per month. So now she's at, almost 2K followers, but come over here and look at this. Scroll down. Yeah, Amy was over here. So at the time, I did an interview with her where she was telling me how she made 10K per month. And again, I even mentioned it, she did this with less than 1,000 followers, right? Amy was able to achieve this with less than 1,000 followers on LinkedIn. So if you want to watch the full interview, it's on my LinkedIn profile. Go ahead and do that. I'm just showing you Amy because she is a living example of someone who didn't have tons of followers, literally make $10,000 per month for her coaching business. And again, book writing coach. She's doing a fantastic job, clear offer, getting in front of the right audience, doing it all right? So you can do the same. So after you have your offer, after you have your audience of buyers, that's where you need to start producing content to get your buyers interested in you, to get them to like you, to get them to trust you. Now, again, you don't need to be publishing 20 times per week. Publish within the bandwidth you have. If you have 1 to 2 hours per day, okay, try and publish 3 times per week. You can still get buyers if you do it correctly. Now, I'm going to tell you about what kind of content to publish. You should be publishing on LinkedIn your stories, your experiences, your lessons, and your opinions. That is it. That is the kind of content that gets people to actually genuinely like you as a person, trust you enough to make a potential purchasing decision. But to give you more context, come look at this. I'll show you a post I did today. So as you can see, I made this post just 7 hours ago. I said, yesterday was Thanksgiving here in Canada. Instead of working, I took my nephew apple picking. To be 100% honest, I had a lot to do. Film content, script out the new YouTube video, the one I'm filming right now for you, plan out the week ahead. But instead, I cleared my schedule just to hang out with him. 3 years ago, my definition of freedom was traveling every month to a new destination. Today, it's spending time with my family without feeling guilty about it. Remember this, real freedom isn't about working less, it's about working on your own terms, right? I put a call to action, I'm talking about a free training video I have where I say, hey, I just filmed a 10-minute training video lesson to help you start your coaching business on LinkedIn using the skills you already have. DM me the word LinkedIn and I'll send it over today, right? Boom, cool, you saw the post, this is me and my nephew, and already 32 people have engaged with it, right? Almost 800 people have seen it, and it's only been out for 7 hours, right? This post is probably going to hit about 2,000 views. Now, do you see how I'm getting in front of my buyers, how I'm generating attention, how I'm getting people to like and trust me? Like, they're seeing me. I'm a family man, right? I'm spending time. I'm building my business. I want people to see this side of my personality so that they can build a connection with me. And then again, I'm moving the agenda forward. I'm talking about this training I have where I'm teaching people how to solve a specific problem. It's all aligned. It's all connected. Now, again, I'm just giving you the overview of all of this. I'm not going into the actual specific hyper detail of every little thing you need to do. I just want you to see how you can have a coaching business, what it really takes, what you need to be doing, right? So we went over the offer, the audience, the content, and the last part here is the conversion, right? You just need a consistent system to turn viewers into booked calls so that they become buyers, right? At the end of the day, that is it. Right? You have an offer that is actually helping people solve a specific problem. You have an audience of buyers. Again, as you saw with Amy, it doesn't need to be big. You create content to build and nurture relationships with those potential buyers. You book calls with them. And if you do everything right, you close at a 25% rate. 1 out of every 4 calls turns into a buyer. You book 8 calls in a month. You're getting 2 sales of $5,000. You're making 10 grand a month. You're working 1 to 2 hours per day. Boom. It's all a reality, right? Now, obviously it varies per person with everything, but this is the reality for a lot of people. This is the reality for a lot of my clients. Literally, they work full-time jobs. I have a client, and I'll show you another one right here. Take a look at this. This is my client here, Roxanne. She is a full-time doctor. She's making $12,000 per month as a heart coach. Literally cardiac heart coach is what she's coaching people on. Completely outside of her work, she's doing this while working as a full-time doctor. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because it's the same for you. You can have this freedom. You can have this life. You can have this business if you do things correctly. All right, so I'll leave you off with this. You can have the coaching business. You can have the freedom. You can have the 6 figures, all of that, but you need to do the right activities. This is where most people slip and fail. Most people get excited because they see this idea of a coaching business and they try a few things and it doesn't work and they say, oh, it's not for them. When in reality, if they simply did the right activities, followed a specific game plan, they would be living the life they'd always wanted to be living. They'd have the freedom to spend more time with their family. They'd have the income to go on vacations, spend time, all of that. I'm just saying this because this can be you, right? This can literally be the reality you have if you do the right activities. So I'm going to help you out with that. So right now I'm opening up 5 calls, free calls to speak with me one-on-one, where I will personally sit down with you, evaluate your business. If you even have one, if you just have an idea, that's fine too. We'll evaluate your business, where you are right now, where you want to be over the next 90 days, whether that be 10K per month, 20K per month, and we'll create an entire roadmap of what needs to be done to get you there as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Now, if I feel I can genuinely help you more, I will tell you about my coaching program and how I can coach you there to get you there. But if it's not the right fit, I'll also tell you that too. Either way, I want you to book this call if you're serious about getting support and getting help. Now, again, it's very limited spots. I'm only opening up for 5 people. So if you want to book that call, click on the link in the description below. It's my Calendly link. Click that link, book the call right now, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.